and welcome to Yoga with Orlaith. I'm Orla and today's practice is a short 30-minute Hatha practice to get the juices flowing. So I hope you enjoy. So if you're just on your mats, you can bring yourself to sitting up. And if you have a cushion or a blanket or a block to prop yourself up if you want to, just a little bit higher. And just closing down the eyes to begin with and bringing the hands maybe just over the heart. Really focusing in on the breath this morning and how you're feeling. Can you feel that heartbeat underneath the hands? Thinking of elongating the in-breath and the out-breath. And throughout the practice, you want to use that breath to help you. So if you don't breathe, if you hold your breath, you will die. I don't know, I'm only joking. But use the breath to help you. Just doing a quick scan of the body this morning to see how you feel. If you just rolled out of bed, have you got any tension that you can do with letting go of, or any niggles, or maybe even previous injuries, just to be aware of or mindful this morning. And if any of the postures feel a bit too intense, just to relax off it, come back to seated or a child's pose, and just to go at your own pace, your own time. So remembering the breath now, bringing your hands to the belly, and deep inhale, belly rises, expands like a balloon. And on the exhale, the belly goes down, goes back in. Inhale, belly comes out, and exhale, belly goes back. Bring the hands now to the side of the ribs or the lungs. And again, focusing on the breath here. Deep inhale into the lungs. Can you feel those lungs expand? And exhale, they go down. And one more time on the inhale, lungs expand. And exhale, those lungs go down. So bringing your hands now back to the thighs or the knees. And you can open your eyes, and I just want you to start by rolling the shoulders here this morning. So rolling those shoulders nice and easy backwards, waking up. Lindsay's joined us. Good morning, Lindsay. Hope you're good. And rolling those shoulders forward if they weren't going forward already. So just waking up those shoulders this morning. And then bringing those shoulders all the way up to the ears. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, releasing those shoulders, and see if you can engage the abdominals here on the exhale as well. So the belly button is going towards the spine. Exhale those shoulders away from you. And now gently looking over the right shoulder, just to stretch the whole left-hand side here. Inhaling here, and then exhale, bring the chin down towards the right shoulder. So it's a little bit different feeling of the stretch. Inhaling, bringing it back to center. And then we're going to come and look over the other side. So head comes back to center, and then we look over the left shoulder. Inhaling here, over the left shoulder. And then exhale, bring that chin gently down towards the left shoulder, a little bit closer. Inhale here, and exhale. Seeing where you're feeling it this morning. Inhale, the head comes back up and back to center. This time, chin comes down towards the chest, looking down here. And maybe this is enough for you. Or maybe you want to bring both hands over the top of the head to bring a little bit more of a stretch and the elbows come down. Maybe you're just swaying gently from side to side with that head. Just feeling the stretch here in the back of the neck, maybe the back of the shoulders. And then on your next exhale, releasing those hands, head comes back to center. And looking gently up. So feeling it here in the front of the neck. Deep inhale here, and then exhale again, coming back to center. Placing those hands on the hips if they were on the knees. And I just want you to bring the body to the left-hand side and forward, right. So we're doing little circles here with the body. So gently bringing it around, warming up those hips. And think of that belly button to spine connection. So we just have a gentle engagement of the abdominals here in the circles. And then gently circling back the other way. So this comes from quite a Kundalini practice of yoga, if you know your yoga. And then gently releasing back in those circles, coming to a neutral. Thinking of a string pulling the top of your head up, so can you straighten that spine just a little bit more? Lovely. And now releasing those legs, you can place the hands forward and roll over on top, or I'm just going to release the legs here and come to a nice tabletop position. So whatever you decide to do, we're all meeting in tabletop. And then once we're here, spreading those hands, has to band our hand lock. Think of all 4 fingers going down into the mat and the thumb pressing down as well. Thinking of the knees under the hips here. And we're just going into some gentle cat and cow. So we inhale to look up, the belly lowers towards the mat. We tilt the pelvis, shoulders back for cow. And then we exhale, chin comes towards the chest, pushing into those hands, push the mat away, belly scoops, working through the spine, tilting the pelvis in the opposite direction. So if you think of like those angry cats that we see at Halloween, that's what we want to imagine here with the spine. Inhale, coming up for cow. And then exhale, going down for angry cat. And move at your own pace here. So if I'm going a bit too slow or a bit too fast, you can fix it to what suits you. Inhaling up and just exhaling down. Trying to work through that spine as well. I'm really pushing the hands away from the mat. Will help a little bit more. One more time, wherever you are, inhaling up or exhaling down, and then just coming back to neutral. Once we're in neutral here, I want you to tuck those toes, and I'm going to lift up about 1 centimeter or 2 or 1 inch off the mat. So we're just going to inhale here and then exhale, lift those knees, hovering away from the mat. Abdominals are engaged here, belly button towards the spine. Inhaling, and then exhale, lower those knees back to the mat. I'm going to do that one more time. So inhale where you are, push the hands away, and then exhale, belly button towards the spine, lift those knees just about a few centimeters or 1 inch off the mat. Inhaling here, and exhaling down. And now on our 3rd time, we're going to go all the way up into downward facing dog. So inhale, press those hands into the mat, and then exhale, start to lift the knees and the hips go into the air. Really high now into our first downward dog of the day. So maybe for some of you, or for me anyway, I'm going to keep the knees bent for my first one. I'm just focusing on inhale, and then exhale, the chest comes towards the front of the thighs or the legs. And then maybe you start to pedal those legs out. So bending one knee a little bit deeper than the other. Looking up at the hands, maybe you need to widen those hands. So I'm going to bring my hands a little bit out towards the outside of the mat. So baby finger might be touching just the outside of the mat. Deep inhales and exhales, your drishti or your gaze is in between the legs. So you're looking down at those feet or in between the legs. And remembering to roll those shoulders away from the ears. And then gently easing off on those pedals. Bend the knees as much as you need to here and start to walk the hands back towards the feet. So the heels should come down onto the mat, keeping the knees as bent as you need to. And once you're here, shake the head yes a couple of times. Shake the head no. So you should be in a forward fold at the back of the mat. And then gently, I want you to start to move the body or the hands over to the right-hand side of the body. So they might be on the mat, or they might be just up on the thigh or the shin. You just gently move to the right-hand side. Deep inhale here. And when you exhale, belly button towards the spine. Coming back to center, maybe the hands are still on the shins or on the mat. And then you're coming to the left-hand side. So just a gentle stretch here. Maybe the hands are on the thighs or the shins. Deep inhale and exhale. Bring those hands back to center now and releasing them, releasing your head. Start to roll up through the spine, bend the knees like a rag doll. So gently coming through the spine. Oh, nice and easy, nice and gentle. And once you get up, rolling those shoulders back, bringing the head. Inhale those hands up, reaching up, stretching up all the way. And exhale those hands away, all the way down. We'll do that one more time, just our first big stretch of the morning. So inhale, reaching up, stretching up all the way. And exhale, bring those hands down. Hands onto your hips now, and just bring the legs a little bit wider than hip distance and start to circle out those hips this morning. So waking them up, nice big circles. Imagine you've got a hula hoop here, circling one way, and then circling the other direction. Nice. Coming now to neutral, and I want you to walk to the front of your mat if you're not there already. So we're going to do some half sun salutations, so not all the way. So to begin with, standing into Tadasana or Samastiti. So you can have the feet together or a little bit further apart, hip width distance, whatever suits you. Think of grounding down into those feet. And to begin with, just pick up all 10 toes of the feet. And then gently see if you can do one by one of the toes back down onto the mat. You might not be able to get them all down one by one, but you're thinking of it. And then once they're down, inhale, lift the heels up away a little bit from the mat. And with this action, we should start to engage the legs. So squeeze the glutes, the legs engage, and then gently lower down. If you fall out, no problem. Then I want you to think hands down by your side. For some of you, you might need to tuck the pelvis a little bit. So for me, I have quite a tendency to stick out. So I'm going to tuck under just a little bit. We think of zipping up the front body, so belly button towards the spine, Uddiyana Bandha, and opening up in the shoulders. All right, so inhaling those hands up, reaching up, stretching up. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold, coming down, hands either side of the feet or on the shins. And then inhale, coming up, lift halfway, hands come to shins or thighs. And then exhale, deep forward fold, Uttanasana. So if you need to bend the knees here in the forward fold, no problem. Then inhale, coming up all the way, stretching up, reaching up. And exhale, hands come together down at the center of the chest. Hands down by your side. And again, so we inhale, reaching up, stretching up, all the way up. And then exhale, start to bend forward. Uttanasana, forward fold, hands down by the sides or on the legs. Inhale, coming up, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, a little bit deeper again. Inhale, coming all the way up, pushing into those legs, stretching up, reaching up. Hands come together. Exhale those hands down the center of the chest and back down by your sides. Inhaling, hands come up all the way, stretching, reaching. Exhale, start to forward fold, bend the knees here if you need to. Hands come down, side of the feet or the shins, wherever they are. Release the head here. And then we inhale, lifting up, halfway lift, looking forward. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe a little bit deeper than the first time. And then we inhale, coming all the way up, reaching up, stretching up. Hands come together. Exhale those hands down the center of the chest and down the side body. Lovely. So then I want you to pick up the left foot and bring it back about 3 foot, 4 foot distance behind you. So you're going to come into warrior one. So you're keeping your hips facing towards the front of the mat. So the flashlights of the hips are going forward. And for some of you, this might be quite intense on the calf muscle. So you might want to come into more of a high lunge so the back heel is lifted. So you've got two options, high lunge or that heel on the mat. So whichever one you want to do. Once we're here, start to bend that front right leg if it's not bent already. And then we inhale the hands reaching up, stretching up. So warrior one. We're holding here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Then gently start to bend that left knee towards the mat. Maybe hands come onto the thigh to help you here. If you have a cushion or a blanket, you can put that under the knee if you need to, or if you don't, and you just have your mat, for an extra bit of support, you can actually roll the mat in and just place your knee on that, if that helps. Okay, so once we're here, you can either release that foot here if that helps, or keep it tucked, just whatever works for you. And we've got a 90-degree angle here with the front foot, but if you want to go a little bit deeper into the posture, you can bring that foot a little bit more forward. So we're going to work into the front left hip here. So inhale again, those hands come up like they did in warrior one, and we start to bend a little bit deeper into that front right leg. Inhale here, and then exhale, just easing back up a little bit. If you're falling over, no problem. And start to tuck the pelvis in a little bit, squeeze the glutes for a deeper stretch. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, one more lift. And then exhale, bring those hands either side of that right foot. Once you're here, tuck that back left foot, bring it to high lunge. So we're in a nice high lunge here. Place the fingertips into the mat or the hands if you can grab them down, and bring that right foot back to join the left in a downward facing dog. So we're in a nice downward facing dog again here, second one of the day. You can bend the knees again, you can start to pedal the legs again. Deep inhale here, deep exhale. Bringing the heels up to the sky on the inhale, and exhale, see if those heels can go back down towards the mat a little bit deeper. Bend the knees here, have a play. See if you can bring the chest a little bit closer to the tops of the thighs. And then looking forward in between the hands, lift that left leg just a little bit up off the mat, and bend the knee coming in towards the chest. So you're moving forward on the hands, and then gently bring that foot in between the legs. So for me, it doesn't go there. I have to help it along a little bit with your hands, and that's fine. And then gently start to lower that right knee back down towards the mat. So we're just doing the same on the other side. And then you can untuck that back, those back left toes. So once you're here, inhaling the hands, lift up off the mat. Having a quick check here, maybe 90 degree, or maybe you want to step that foot a little bit further to feel more of a stretch, whatever works for you. And then inhale the hands up, reaching up, stretching up here. Exhaling, hands come down, ease off the leg just a little bit, see how you feel. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, and then inhale back into the posture, reaching up, stretching up. One more breath here, exhale, ground down, inhale, reach up, and then exhale, hands come down either side of that front left foot. Either onto fingertips or hands, and then untuck that back right knee and bring the left leg back to join it in downward facing dog. So we're pushing our hips high up into the air here, spreading the hands, keep the knees bent if you need to. Deep inhale here. Deep exhale. And then start to lower the knees back down onto the mat. So we're coming into sort of a tabletop position with wider arms. Bring the feet together, bring the knees apart. And if you can, bring yourself into child's pose. So the bum comes towards the heels, hands are outstretched. Maybe the head comes down towards the mat. Maybe you have a cushion or a pillow or a block to help you. Deep inhale here, deep exhale. So child's pose is a great restorative posture. And I think a lot of us might be operating in fight or flight mode, so it really helps. It's also a good stretch for the back here as well, opening up in the hips too. So bring your awareness back to the breath. And remember, with yoga, we want to focus on the philosophy of non-judgment and acceptance. So it just means not judging yourself for wherever you are in the practice and accepting whatever comes. So inhale, looking up now in between the hands, and start to bring yourself back to a tabletop kind of position. So bring the knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And now I want you to bring the right hand a little bit closer to the left. So the right hand is in the middle. And then we're going to inhale, lifting that left hand up, reaching up, stretching up, opening out. And then we're going to exhale and thread the needle through, but we're going to keep moving. So exhale, thread that left hand in between the right hand and the legs. And it reaches over towards the right hand side of the body. And look at that hand there, see where it goes. Then we inhale, pushing into the right hand, lifting the left hand, opening back out, stretching up. And then exhale, bending that arm underneath, threading the needle through again. So just bringing a little bit of movement here in the twists. And we inhale, start to open out, reach out again, reach up. So just moving through. And then our last one, exhale, going through. Bring that hand all the way under. And once we're here, turn that right palm to face down onto the mat or onto the ground and start to lower your head onto the mat. So your left ear hopefully might reach the mat. If it doesn't, grab a pillow or a cushion just to help it down. You're just breathing here. Should be feeling a stretch in the back or the shoulders, maybe in the neck. Deep inhale and exhale. One more breath, and then pushing into that left hand, bringing yourself back, or into the right hand, bringing yourself back to a neutral tabletop position. And then we're just going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to turn around, but you guys stay over here. So now you're bringing the left hand into the center of the mat. And then you're opening up, stretching up, inhaling, that right hand looks up, stretch up. And then exhale, start to thread the needle through in between the hands and the legs. Exhaling through, inhaling, pushing into the left hand, opening up with that right arm, stretching up, reaching up. Exhaling, hand comes in between, threading the needle. One more inhale, reaching up, stretching up. And exhale, threading the needle through. So on this thread through, we're coming all the way down. So we turn that right palm onto the mat. And we bring our right ear towards the mat. If we can, put a pillow or a cushion maybe underneath it. Deep inhale here and exhale. So with our twists, we're massaging all our internal organs, or squeezing everything quite tightly. And then when we release, we're bringing fresh oxygen and blood to all those parts that we might not normally get to when we're just kind of sitting or standing day to day. So pushing into that hand now to come back to a nice tabletop. And then gently start to shake the hips from side to side, just releasing any tension that you might have held there in the spine or in the back. And start to bring the bum or the hips back to the heels. Once you're here, bring the hips then to one side and push those legs out in front of you. Great. Okay, so you might need a cushion or a pillow again to prop yourself up. So we're just coming into a nice forward fold with the legs. So think of the heels pointing up towards the ceiling. You can bend the knees to begin with if you feel like you're quite tight in the hamstrings. And it's funny, first thing in the morning, you actually might be tighter than you are if you're doing a class later on. So think of that strong, straight spine, sitting bones pushing into the mat, shoulders away from the ears, deep inhale, and then exhale, start to fold forward from the hips. So you want to try and keep the spine still staying kind of straight. We're not rounded over, we're staying straight. So maybe the hands are underneath the thighs here, maybe they're on the mat. Deep inhale, exhale, belly button towards the spine, make space. And this might be enough for you. Or maybe you start to straighten those legs out along the mat, pushing the heels away. And then maybe you release the hands and you start to walk them down a little bit further. Maybe they reach towards the feet, or maybe they're just here on the mat, wherever they are. Close the eyes for a second. Really hone into how it feels, not how it looks. Deep inhale and exhale, letting go. See if you can go a little bit further in the stretch. And again, no pain, no strain with our yoga. Just going as far as you feel you can today, not overstretching. Then inhale, looking forward, open the eyes, and exhale, start to walk those hands back to your body. Bend the knees up here, and just window wiper the legs from side to side. Again, releasing any more tension. Bringing yourself now onto the mat completely, so back comes down. Help with the elbows here if you need to. And give the knees a bit of a hug into the body. And release them back down onto the mat. I'm going to come into a little back bend here, a bridge. So we're pushing into the feet. Bring those heels as close to the bum as possible. Maybe your hands reach the heels, maybe they don't. And then pushing into the feet, start to tilt the pelvis towards you and lift it up, off, away from the mat, and the spine comes off. One little bone at a time. So we're pushing into those legs, the hips are lifting. Inhale, chest lifts up a little bit more. We're looking up at the ceiling. Deep inhale here, and then exhale, start to lower the spine one vertebra at a time. Nice and easy and gentle. And once you're down, gently window wipering those legs from side to side, releasing any more tension. So we're going to do a posture here called Happy Baby. So we're lifting those knees up towards us, so the feet lift away from the mat. And then bringing those feet up to face the ceiling, so the soles of the feet are facing up, knees are kind of bent. And then for some of you, you might want to just put the hands, so left hand comes to the back of the left thigh, right hand back of the right thigh, and you're opening up those legs, so the knees are coming kind of out towards the armpits or wider than the shoulders. And this might be enough, so it can be quite an intense hip stretch for some of us. For some of you, you might want to reach towards the shins, and then you're using the arms to bring those knees a little bit further down, a little bit closer towards the armpits. Or for others, you're reaching towards those feet. And gently start to rock from side to side here, whichever variation of the pose you have. So if you have your hands underneath the thighs, shins, feet, just rocking gently. So Happy Baby. We see a lot of babies who do this when they're happy, reaching towards the legs. And it's actually great posture for the hips here, especially if you're going to be sitting down, doing a lot of work on a laptop. You want to work into those hips. Deep inhale here, deep exhale. If you've got the hands on the shins, the feet or the thighs, just giving them a gentle nudge a little bit closer towards the armpits. And then gently bringing the feet back down, bring the knees together, and start to just circle the legs around. So giving another nice little massage to the back, lower back. And then really easily release those feet, preparing for our final Shavasana. So I'm keeping an eye on the time, don't worry, it'll be pretty quick, but extend those legs out, palms facing up towards the ceiling, and then just completely relax the body here. Close down the eyes. Deep inhale through the body, exhale out. On your next exhale, maybe open the mouth and let out a big sigh, like a so deep inhale, and then exhale, let everything out. This time, inhale, scrunch up the hands, scrunch up the toes, squeeze the glutes, squeeze every muscle in your body if you can, and then exhale, release. One more squeeze, squeezing the face, the jaw, the feet, the fingers, the glutes, big squeeze, and then let everything go. And just quickly scanning through the body here, see how you feel. How's the head? Can you release those shoulders anymore? Thinking of one thing now, the end of our practice, that you're grateful for. So that could be someone you love, someone who's close to you. It could be a cup of tea, chocolate, banana bread. I know I've been making lots of that. One thing that you're grateful for today. And really honing in on that gratefulness that'll help you throughout the day today to give you some outlook of positivity, starting your day well. Gently start to wiggle the toes here, start to wiggle the fingers, and turn gently to your right hand side, bend the knees in a nice fetal position. And then once you're here, pushing yourself up to come back to seated. You can bend the knees or do whatever feels good for you. Have the legs out in front maybe. And then bringing the hands to the center of the chest in a prayer position. Bring the hands up to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the mouth for kind words, and to the chest for kind actions or intentions. Bowing the head to the chest Namaste, everyone. And thank you so much for your practice today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope it was a good practice for you, and I will see you next time. If you did enjoy the practice, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel.